Hello everybody and welcome back to yet another video. My name is Nouri Radwan and you are tuned to photomanipulation.com. Today I have a very exciting tutorial for you guys. It's going to be a little bit long, but I promise it's going to be worth the time. You are in for a treat today guys, but first Abby has a surprise for you.
Photomanipulation.com is having a huge New Year's Eve sale. Not only are things 40% off when using the code NEWYEAR40, but when you buy something, you'll be sent a coupon to get another item of your choosing completely free. The sale is running from Tuesday till Saturday, and you can find all the information down in the description. And the PM team hopes you have a great year.
Don't forget to check the description about our big sale. So without any further ado, let's start with this video. Today's tutorial is going to be simple and straight to the point. The lighting on this image or this place already looks good, but I want to cast that light to a smaller area. So I can change the lighting from this to this. So let's start first by adding this cinematic color grade. And to do that, it's very simple. First, I add exposure adjustment layer and I decrease the exposure. And then I add a color lockup adjustment layer. I set it to color blending mode. Then I change the color lockup or the 3D LUT file to the tension green. I decrease the opacity to 40%. Then I add another color lockup set to color blending mode. And I chose moonlight. And I decrease it to 40% as well. Now for the second step, I will make the pattern of the window. To do that, I will go to File, New. I'll choose the width of 192 and the height to 192. I will remove the lock from this layer. And then we will click on Ctrl T, that's for the free transformation. And I will decrease the scale of that square by clicking Shift, Alt, and that point right here. Using the mouse, click the left mouse button and then drag to the middle, just like that. Change the color of it to black by clicking Ctrl I to inverse the color of the white. Then go to Edit, define pattern. Let's name it Windows. Click OK, and let's close that document. On our work document, click right here on that icon, create a new adjustment layer. Then choose pattern. From the pattern textures right here, I will choose the pattern of the windows that I created. Click on OK. And then I will rasterize it by right clicking on that layer and then click on rasterize. With the selection tool, the square selection tool, I will select like 4 windows right here, or let's say 12 squares from that area, and then I will click on Ctrl J. Then I will remove this pattern. Click on the Windows layer right here. I will name it Windows, and then I will drag it to the place that I want to add the lighting to, and it's going to be this area. Next step, I will blend or match the perspective of that Windows with the perspective of this whole work. To do that, to match the perspective of the windows with the rest of the place, first I will need to set the perspective lines of that place. To do that, I will go to the shapes right here and I will right click and I will select the line tool. I will zoom out and then let's add a new layer. Let's take a point from that area right here and take it all the way outside the canvas, and let's see if it's right. As you can see, it's not correct. To fix it, first I'll take this point right here, like that. As soon as you set the line of a perspective, make sure every time you are going to rotate it, if you click on Ctrl T for the free transformation, make sure that this point right here, make sure to click and hold Alt and then click on any place to get that anchor point right here. Read here from the editing desk. I don't know why I keep call it anchor point. It's anchor point. I'm sorry for that. And let's continue. And then take it and drag it all the way to the point where the line starts. And then you can rotate from here. Now, what we want to do is we want to make sure that line is aligned with the pillars right here. This looks good. Now let's take a line from this area. So first, let's choose a point right here. And then let's drag. Again, let's click and hold Alt and take this anchor point right here and take it all the way to that point. And let's rotate till it's matching with this tube right here. Now the two lines are colliding right here. So what I'm going to do, I will click on Ctrl R to get this measure tape. Then I will click on the top one and drag the guideline right to the point where the two lines are colliding. Sorry. And I will do same for the vertical side. Now I don't need these two lines. I will add a new layer. Click on shapes, the polygon tool. Make sure to give it these settings right here. If you chose those settings, every time you click, you will add this shape right here that looks like a star, which is basically a lot of lines heading to one point, which we will need to set our perspective. So I will take the middle point to the point where the two lines collided. And then we will click Ctrl T for the free transformation. Click Shift Alt and choose one point and upscale that shape right here, just like that. Now we have those lines that will help us see the perspective of the whole area. If you want more lines, you can just click Ctrl J to duplicate the layer. Click Ctrl T, make sure it's on the middle. Then go right here on that icon right here, which is the rotation icon. And basically just change it until you have a lot of lines, just like that. Now that we have those lines, I'll just merge the two layers together. But first, I will rasterize the layers so I don't get problems with the shapes. Then merge them together by clicking on Ctrl E. Click Ctrl A to select the whole canvas, then go to Image, Crop. Then go to Image and click on Crop. To hide the guidelines, go to View, Show, and click on Guides. Now let's try and make the lines of the perspective for the other side, doing the same steps. Here is another tip. After I added the polygon sides, which is those lines that heading on one point, as you can see, there's not a lot of lines that I can work with. To fix that, click on Ctrl J, then click on Ctrl T. On the rotation icon right here, choose a value, and let's say, for example, 0.85. Then click on Enter. Now click Ctrl J again, then click on Shift Ctrl T to redo the same steps. So Ctrl J, Shift Ctrl T. And as you can see, that gave us a lot of lines to work with. I will choose all of the polygons that we made, rasterize them, and then merge them by clicking on Ctrl E, then select the canvas, and then image and crop. Let's delete all of the layers that we don't need for now, and let's go back to our window layer. Make sure it's converted to a smart object by right clicking and then click on convert to smart object. Click Ctrl T for the free transformation. Try to align the edges of that window with the lines of the perspective that we created. And as you can see, the result is perfect. Let's go to filter or view, guides or show, and check guides so we can't see those lines. Next step is rasterize the layer of the window. Then click on Ctrl I to invert the color from the black to white. Now let's go to filter, blur gallery, and field blur. I want to add 1 point at the middle of those shapes and change its value to 0% or 0 pixels. Then I will add another point right here, and maybe let's set it to 5 right here. Let's set it to 10, and right here let's set it to 3 maybe. My goal of this step is to add blur to the edges of the window. I don't want them to be as sharp because the cast lighting is a little bit far from the windows, so it basically will have those blur on the edges. Just make sure not to go too crazy with the value. Like, don't go above 10 pixels if you are working on a high scaled image. Then let's click on OK. I'm satisfied with this result. Next step is I will make a copy of that layer just in case by clicking on Ctrl J. As you can see, this is the copy right here. While clicking on it, go to layer, layer mask, click from transparency. As you can see, it's added a mask from that shape. Now, let's add an exposure adjustment layer. Then let's click and hold Alt and take the mask from that layer to the exposure layer. When this image pop up of replace layer mask, click on yes. Now, let's add exposure. Next, add a photo filter adjustment layer and clip it to the layer of the exposure by clicking and holding Alt. Then take the mouse between the two layers until you can see that square with the arrow going down. Then left click on the mouse so we can add this warm color to the light reflection. But it's too warm. You can do two things in this scenario. It's either you can change it to color, and you can see, as you can see now, it fixed it, or you can just decrease the opacity. For me, I will choose color blending mode. This works fine. Next step is I will take the window layer, the first one before we made the backup. I will check and show it. Then I will go to filter, blur, and then I will click on motion blur. Make sure the angle is 90 and the distance is as high as you can get. Let's say maybe this. And then let's drag it to the top. Make a lot of copies of that layer by clicking on Ctrl J, as you can see, and then merge them all together. Click Ctrl T for the free transformation. Right click and select perspective. And take those 2 points at the top like that. Now click on E for the eraser, or you can just click the eraser right here and erase the areas that are going far from the window light. While clicking on that layer of the sun rays, go to filter, blur, and click on Gaussian blur. Add a little bit of blur to it. Add a mask to that layer. Make sure the color of the front is black. Then go to filter, render, and click on clouds. Remove the connection between the two layers by clicking on that icon right here until you see it's vanished right here. Then click on the mask. Click Ctrl T for the free transformation. Increase the height to 300 and the width to 300 as well, and decrease the density. Change the blending mode to screen. Add a photo filter blending mode. Then clip it to the layer of the sun rays and change the blending mode to color. As you can see, that added just a bit of volume. If you want to add more details, add a new layer, empty layer, and fill it with black. Go to filter, pixelate, and click on mesotint. In the type, select coarse dots. Now go to filter, blur, and click on blur more. Repeat that step 3 times. Then click Ctrl M for curves menu and add a high contrast. Click 2 times on that layer. On the Blend If tab, take that arrow to the right side. Just by clicking on it and drag it to the right side. Then click and hold Alt and click on the other half of that arrow just for a smoother cut. Then click on OK. Right click, convert it to a smart object. Then right click again and rasterize it. Click Ctrl U for the hue and saturation menu and increase the lightness all the way up so we can remove the black strokes on the points. Click and hold Alt, then click on the mask menu or the mask icon. With a soft brush and white color, paint inside the sun rays. Then apply the mask. Add another mask. Make sure the black color is in the front. Go to filter, render, and click on clouds. Remove the connection and increase the size of the clouds. Then click on Ctrl L while clicking on the mask and add a higher contrast. As you can see, now we have these points as if it was a dust flying. Click on the dust, click on the layer, and then go to filter, blur, and blur it more. Add a photo filter to them as well and set it to color blending mode. We are nearly finished. Next, add a new layer at the very top, then click on Shift Ctrl Alt E. That will merge all of the layers in one layer. Go to filter and click on camera raw filter. Then go to that icon right here that says selection. Create a new mask, click on the radial gradient and basically just click and drag. Now we have the mask that is on the red area. Now on the mask one right here, right click and select duplicate and invert mask. Let's name that new one the shadows and that one the highlights. Let's go to the highlight one and increase the exposure and add the temperature to the yellow color to make it warm. Now let's click on the shadows, make it darker, decrease the exposure, and make it cooler on the temperature. Now click OK. We are nearly finished. Click on Shift Ctrl Alt E again to merge them all in new layer. Convert it to a smart object. Go to Filter, Sharpen, and add Unsharp Mask to add sharpness to the whole image. Click Shift Ctrl Alt E to merge them once again. Then go to Filter, Lens Correction, go to Costume, and fix the red cyan fringe. Take it all the way down to -100. And then click OK. Zoom on the window lights, then click on Alt Ctrl F multiple times. What will that do is it will add that red color right here on the edges, which gives it more realistic result, as you can see. And now for the final touch, add a new layer, Shift F5, make sure the color is black, go to filter, noise, and click on add noise. Make sure the amount is on 400, the distribution is on uniform, and check monochromatic. Then go to filter, blur, and click on blur more. Change the blending mode to screen, decrease the opacity all the way down to 5%. And that will just add some realism to the shape that we created. Before I close that tutorial, the step of the lens correction might cause this harsh red color. If you want to avoid that, click on the layer that you applied the lens correction to, which is this one, before and after. Add a mask to it and paint white on the areas that you added the lighting to. And that's it. So this is the before, this is the after. This is it for today's tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got value. I hope you learned something new. If you did, show me that by clicking on the like button, subscribe to the channel, and also follow us on our social medias. Don't forget to check the description about our big sale. I will see you in the next tutorials. Peace.